There's a new street fighter on your windowsill. The weapon is peace, the word is chill.
Hey there guys, welcome to another episode of Displaying Model Behavior. And wow, like the backdrop looks really barren, but you know why? Because I am redesigning everything, and I had such a good time doing that X-Men team shelf building video. So we're gonna go straight on to my next X shelf, which is X-Force and X-Factor. You see? So many people were saying, Dave, you forgot Forge, or you forgot Cable, and you were right to tell me because you didn't know my cunning plan. Forge and Cable coming up with their two respective teams, but there are a couple of essential characters that I'm missing, and it breaks my heart. But I'm gonna get them eventually. Goodness only knows when, because they cost a fortune. I bet you already know which ones they are. But tell me in the comments anyway, because it's always fun to see, like, do you know how good is your Marvel knowledge? Pretty darn good if you're watching this channel. Anyway, enough pre-ramble, let's build that shelf.
Hate to bust up the therapy session, but your hour is up. Who the heck are they?
Alright gang, we're going to do something a bit different this time. I'm going to actually do the talking over the video that I have already filmed. I figured with my X-Men display originally, it was great being able to do the talking and the presenting in the moment, but the difficulty was that of course the audio wasn't great and the lighting wasn't great. So this time I'm going to actually build the display in my sort of, I don't know what to call it, my sort of play area, I guess, so that I can do this with the nice lighting, I can talk over what I'm doing, and then I can put this display into the shelves. So you see, first of all, of course, we're putting together the classic 90s X-Force team. And of course, there's a few little caveats, a few provisos, some quid pro quos, if you will. Mainly, of course, with Domino, you see here, who I know is the uncanny X-Force Domino version, but we're getting that 90s one soon. Probably in a 2-pack with Cannonball. Is that how it was announced? Either way, I'll be very happy to get that 90s one, but in the meantime, we've got the 90s well represented with a big bang of 90s boomer there, or Boom Boom, or Meltdown, or whatever name she might have been going with at the time. And then, of course, we've got Robert, is it DaCosta? Robert DaCosta? I think that's his name. Either way, Sunspot. And this was a figure I was kind of begrudging to get at the time. I wasn't really committed to getting X-Force, but then once I was like, nah, come on, Dave, you're getting the ancillary 90s teams. I was really happy to have him, and that look with the black flesh tone and all the bubbly black effects is really, really cool. Then, of course, now we've got, I keep wanting to say Thunder Strike, but obviously it's not. It's Proud Star. Oh gosh, I've drawn a blank. Oh, I'm going to be kicking myself. Warpath. There we go. Warpath. Thank goodness. And you see I'm utilizing the tin cans there to bolster people up and get that lovely kind of multiple layered effect. I think it works so well. Just like Domino, of course, Caliban does not have his perfect X-Force costume. This is more of his Horseman of Apocalypse kind of look. But again, it kind of works when you're sort of fudging the whole team together. Because, of course, I only really knew Caliban when he was well and truly in X-Force, and, you know, he was very protective of Boomer, and he had the kind of blood feud with Sabretooth after he betrayed her. It was a great little time to be alive and reading comics. As far as Shatterstar goes, though, I really know very little about the guy. Most of the stuff I've picked up is what you guys have schooled me on in the comments. I know that he is the son of... Oh, there you go. That's the joys of building displays. But yeah, he's the son of, what is it, Dazzler and Longshot, I think, from the Mojoverse. And of course we have everyone's least favorite action figure, the ridiculous Cannonball, who is also getting a do-over as well. That's the wonderful thing, like Hasbro are in a very charmed position. They're like, guys, we know we messed up. We know we made a figure that you absolutely hate, but don't worry, we're gonna give you the chance to buy a new one. It's like, oh, well, you're too kind to us, Hasbro, really. All right, 2 cans going down now, because we are moving on over to X Factor and this guy.
Yo, Tiny, time for you to chill.
And here comes Strong Guy spinning around on the Spinatron 5000. Oh no, he's fallen! Oh my goodness, let's see that again. Instant replay, and down he goes. Yep, that was hardly surprising, was it? The David Displays Model Behaviour 2020 Figure of the Year, ladies and gentlemen, as voted for by you guys. All right, I don't get it. But I correlated and contabulated all of the votes last year, and you guys voted the Strong Guy Bath the 2020 Figure of the Year.
I got one!
And now, of course, we have Quicksilver, not Bonner or Boner from WandaVision. I loved the issue where Quicksilver is at the psychiatrist explaining why he is always so rude and short-tempered with people, because he sees everything moving in slow motion to him and he gets frustrated with how slow people are. And of course, we got Forge, the main person who people said that I missed out with my Jim Lee collection, and you would be absolutely right to say so. But of course, I was holding him in reserve because I will always see Forge as an X-Factor character, especially during the time that he kind of took over the reins of leadership when it was the mid-90s and they had Sabretooth and Mystique on the team, and he was always that kind of voice of reason, basically.
Nice uniform, pal. I don't like your attitude.
Nice uniform, pal, indeed. I love this design for Havoc. So incredibly 90s in the best way. And of course, he is joined by Polaris or Polaris, whatever you want to call her. I'll call her Broccoli Head because that's what the hair looks like. But I'm not mad about that either because I love the bright green glowing hair. And they were nice enough to put some shading on it. So it's the lighter green on top and then that blends down to the darker. I think it looks really cool. And dare I say, I think, ladles and jelly spoons, that is my full X-Force / X-Factor collection. So yes, you guys know who we're missing. Yep, we're missing really not one, but I would say about 3 multiple men.
Go on. Take your best shot.
It's your face, pal. What's this, a 2-for-1 sale?
No. It's more like a baker's dozen.
Alright guys, we've got the display design sorted, so now it's time to put them into the actual cabinet themselves. And I've totally sped this up, as you can see, because you don't need to watch me do this again. But I try to, condense things down as much as possible so that there's no empty space. You don't want it to look cluttered, but at the same time, I like a nice kind of good bunched together group kind of shot. I think it works really, really well. And then you throw Deadpool in the front there, who granted, he was never really a member of this 90s X-Force, but my goodness, he was introduced there, he's synonymous with them, and this is really a great home for him. And folks, there you have it. Do you like that little scene change I did there? A little zoom in, zoom out with the eye? I thought that was kind of cool. Toss, toss. But yeah, here we are. I think it works really well to be able to combine these two teams because they are sort of the 1A and 1B to the X-Men's, team number 1. And neither X-Force or X-Factor I felt was placed higher than the other. They were like the 2 backup teams, and then you had Generation X as the NXT of the Xavier Academy, I guess. But yeah, I love these guys. Obviously, I need at least 1 multiple man. Ideally, 3 would be great. But yeah, that ain't going to happen anytime soon. And of course, there's Wolfsbane as well. We've got the head swap version, but I'd love a dedicated, X-Force one. But on the whole, I really, really love these guys. I cannot wait to get the awesome looking 90s Domino in there as well. She's going to go great next to Cable. And you know what? When you stack them just below the classic Xavier team, I think that works really, really well. I love these guys.
And folks, that was my X-Force and X-Factor team building shelf. And of course, those were the quintessential 90s figures. I love those teams. Cannot wait to finish them one day. And I've had a lot of requests for an Avengers shelf. So you better believe that's what's coming up next is the Avengers. But folks, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, like, share, and subscribe. Don't know why I got so animated there. And if you really enjoy what you watch, then you can go over to patreon.com/displaying model behavior, easy for me to say, and throw a few shekels my way. Helps keep the lights on. So guys, thank you very much. And until next time, keep displaying model behavior. Just where do you think you're going? Yep, I just forgot before signing off. I was like, wait, I'm starting the data blast again. Yeah, I was gonna announce it, but I'm doing it here, flying by the seat of my pants. So yes, the data blast, for those of you not familiar, is when I go onto Instagram and just collect and curate some of the best and brightest artwork, photography, just all kinds of cool stuff from Instagram. And I include the names of the creators in the pictures so you can go give them a follow because they're doing fantastic work. So guys, we're kicking this back off again in style right now. I hope you enjoy it. And until next time, keep displaying model behavior. Team building video that I just did. So we're going to move straight on. Let's go a little bit.